Okay, good evening and welcome to Warrior TV. This evening I have the pleasure of having a chat with Senior Ladies Coach, State League 3 Ladies Coach, Ivan Herceg. Good evening.
Good evening, Craig. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. So we want to touch on, obviously, the ladies is a massive part of every football club, particularly here at North Geelong. There's a strong women's section of the group, of obviously which you're overseeing. And this year you're breaking away from the Geelong Soccer League, and you're going back into State League football. What's the reason for that?
I think it's just it's probably been momentum over the last few years. I guess we've recognised the interest, certainly from the girls, the younger girls, the junior girls throughout the club, and just providing a proper pathway to test them beyond what was really limited at the Geelong League. Even though I guess in hindsight the Geelong League has been a very good part of the history of North Geelong in recent times for women, we've looked beyond that to try and challenge them beyond what was there. So yeah.
And how long have you been involved with the girls set up here?
Look, formally and officially, I guess in a couple of years, I suppose, recently, as far as the senior women goes, but certainly junior girls, probably from the last 5 or 6 years, I guess, overall.
Fantastic. I know that a lot of the girls come through the pathway of the junior leagues and now playing seniors. Or we've seen some of them drop off and now come back, because girls' football is very, people, they start to work, they start to get boyfriends, girlfriends even, but they start to get boyfriends. And does that have an influence on some of the players, the squads?
Yeah, certainly. The first question, the one in relation to what representation of local players we've got now competing at seniors. A bit of a difficult question. It's a combination of some younger girls that are on the doorstep, and certainly some girls that have been around in the game for a long time, but have come back to the club after we've committed to both in recent times the local league, but also the state league that we're now competing in. Yeah,
and the state league this year, straight into State League 3. I think you were hoping for State League 2, but got into State League 3. Would I be correct?
Yeah, look, we were hopeful. We put in a strong case to the FV, and they were pretty receptive to the idea. And again, given the way that they decide these things, State League 3 was probably most appropriate as far as they were concerned. And again, if we're more successful, that'll show in the results and how we progress through the different structures. So.
Yeah, and absolutely, you just touched on the results there, and you've had a number of games, particularly in the FFA Cup, or not the FFA Cup, it's called the Nike Cup. Predominantly the first round you had Hampton East Brighton, I think it is, right, and you won 11-0. Yeah. I was at the game and it was an absolutely horrendous day. It was absolutely throwing it down with rain, but you came away with an 11-0 win. Yeah. And then you had a road trip up north to Hume City to play on the ABD Stadium. That's right. And you beat the State League 1 side 6-0.
I think State 2 they're in, actually, Hume. Yep, 6-0.
And
then you beat Keeler Park. Again, State League 1, 4-0. So in 3 games you scored the best part of 22 goals and conceded none. And then unfortunately last week it came to a bit of an abrupt end when you travelled down to Sky United. Tell us how that result went for you.
Look, overall, yes, we're disappointed. We lost the game from a results point of view. We played some great football and didn't really miss by much. We created chances. They were a physical team and they closed us down very quick. And that was difficult to cope with as far as our shape is concerned. But we had plenty of chances to score and plenty of chances to win the game. So I guess from a chances point of view, we're pretty positive about where we're at. And heading into this week's fixtures for the State League, I'm optimistic around where we're going to sit.
Yeah, and first week this weekend, as you say, and again another road trip, which most of your games are going to be certainly north or east. And this week you're away to Westgate. Up at Arndale Reserve. So right. A good test for the girls, the first game of the season. Yeah. A nice pitch, very close in. I don't know whether you've been up there, but what's your expectations? Firstly for Saturday or for Sunday rather, and your outlook really for the season.
Look, firstly, looking at this week's first game, very excited. A lot of positivity in the squad in the build-up to this particular point in time. I mean, we recapped last week's discussion post-game around the disappointment and everything like that, but focused on all the positives out of that game to throw that all into what we're doing for this week's first home game. So I'm very excited, geared up. Hopefully we have a good showing. We've got a reasonable depth in the squad, so I think we'll be challenged, of course, as everyone is every week, but I think we're pretty quietly confident that we'll go okay.
Yeah, and have you got any messages for the Warriors fans post Saturday pre-Sunday about coming up and showing your support or showing their support to the girls?
Yeah, well, given who we're playing, I think it's a prime opportunity for the club to get around to our girls and support them on their first home game. So first home game in the State League. Been a long time between drinks when it comes to women's senior football at North Geelong.
Been a long time between drinks for football, full stop.
That's right, that's right. So, yeah, if they can all come along and show their support, I think the girls would really appreciate it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, look, from the club, we wish you all the best, not only this week, but for the season, and I'm sure throughout the season we'll have many chats with both yourself and some of your players. So all the best this week.
Thanks, great. Cheers. Thanks, guys.